Incident review for supervisors. Supervisors should review each frame of the incident. Beginning with the initial call information frame, supervisors should ensure that this frame is filled out completely and accurately. Each incident should contain a call type, a call date and time, and a location of the call. The use of area is agency dependent and is programmed in setup. The use of teams is agency dependent and is populated in setup. If an officer flags an incident for roll call, it will appear in your roll call report. Call canceled by complainant indicates that the complainant had called to cancel the response. Incident codes is a system-wide drop-down for tagging incidents. The common call type is assigned to the call type. A common call type allows for agencies to search for certain call types across agencies regardless of the call type's name. Drugs involved may be required by your agency. Use of these boxes should adhere to your agency's policies, procedures, and protocols. Cargo theft is a NIBRS-related field. The option to print query returns can be checked so that the query returns that appear below in this frame will print. New narrative and dispatch narrative contain information about the case. Information on the remaining fields was covered in the Valcor officer training. Review of the people detail frame involves checking for accuracy and completeness. Additionally, based on offenses, certain fields are required to be completed. Anything that allows a user to locate a subject would be helpful. This includes primary or secondary phone number, or an employer. Information on the remaining fields is covered in the Valcor officers training. Vehicles should be reviewed for accuracy and completeness. The minimum suggested requirements are roll, plate, make, and model. The incident detail frame should contain occurred from and occurred to, an investigating or primary officer, and some form of narrative. The checkboxes should be completed in accordance with details that are contained in the officer's narrative or in an affidavit. The offense area, if applicable, should include a category, subcategory, and violation. The NIBRS VIO type is used when the NIBRS auditor needs to send an FBI UCR offense that does not match the UCR code that's displayed in the violation. Number of premises is completed in burglary cases. Committed or attempted should be completed in every incident, and every incident should have an IBR scene and location type. IBR criminal activity type is applicable for certain offenses. IBR gang affiliation is applicable for certain offenses. IBR ag assault homicide is applicable for 09 homicide offenses and 13A aggravated assault offenses. IBR weapon type is required for certain offenses. NIBRS override can be used to override a Vermont violation of simple assault with an FBI violation of aggravated assault, or vice versa. Additionally, the NIBRS auditor may select Don't Send if the details in the incident do not match the FBI definition of a crime. Force, no force is a NIBRS field used for burglaries. Justifiable homicide is a NIBRS field. Incidents should indicate an offense suspect. If your offense suspect is unknown, then the field would be left blank. Offenses should have an offense victim. The IBR victim offender should be selected, and bias motivation should also be selected. These are all NIBRS fields. Additional NIBRS fields include the LEOCA data field. Victim was LEO is a NIBRS field used to indicate the reason the officer was responding to the incident in which they were assaulted or killed. Victim was LEO assignment indicates the assignment of the officer that was assaulted or killed. Other ORI is a NIBRS field to indicate if the assault on the law enforcement officer occurred in another ORI's jurisdiction. Some additional points to note is that if you have multiple suspects of the same offense or violation, they should be added utilizing the green plus button on the right. In the arrest information frame, all applicable fields should be completed. In the property information frame, supervisors should review the property information for accuracy and completeness. The tickets and warnings frame should also be reviewed for accuracy and completeness. The incident review frame is where you as a supervisor will mark the case approved, or you will leave your case approval pending and return the incident to the officer as pending with a comment in the new review comments section. Additionally, you can see that the Spencer State's Attorney's Office has been assigned as their State's Attorney ORI. This is done in setup for your agency if your state's attorney is on Valcor. Fulfilled is a box that's checked by records to indicate that they have completed their duties in relation to this incident. Keep in Supervisor queue will keep the incident in your queue, and NIBRS reviewed is used by your NIBRS auditor to indicate that they have reviewed the incident. Supervisors and some with a records role can submit the incident for prosecution. Additionally, they can retrieve the incident from prosecution as well. Depending on your workflow, the supervisor may send the incident to records. All incidents should have the NIBRS results checked, not only by the officer, but also by the supervisor. The resistance response frame, if used by your agency, should be completed and reviewed. You as a supervisor may be responsible for reviewing and approving the incident, or based on role, your agency may have a use of force reviewer assigned to the incident. If you have any questions about your supervisor responsibility and reviewing incidents, please contact your Valcor program manager.